Pat Riley personally came out on the court and worked me out. Hardest workout of my life.
Still to this day, the hardest workout of your life.
Still to this day. He had on a suit, hair slicked back, collar shirt. I'm in there. I'm like breathing like.
The OGs are in the building. UD, I was excited for this one, man. They said we were getting big Hassan Whiteside. I didn't know Booker T was going to show up.
Man, goddamn, ain't he small?
Wait.
I thought I was working out. But we see,
We got going on over
we
here.
see what he doing in his free time.
Muscle Man Randy Savage.
Mr. Universe. Hey,
trying to
but
keep
listen, all these when they retire go the other way.
Yeah.
So it's good to see somebody staying in shape and still handling their business, because most of the time when you see a retire, it look like they just stuck a goddamn air holes in their goddamn ear and their nose or something. Blew their asses up.
Booker T.
Hell yeah. I love it, H. I don't want no smoke, but I love
I
it.
don't want none of that. Goddamn.
Man, I love y'all guys, man. I appreciate you for having me.
Yeah.
He says it's his first podcast.
Yeah, hey, listen, man.
Showing love.
Because most of these podcasts, motherfuckers get on there with diarrhea out the mouth. OGs keep it real. So we built the platform. We keep it real. Ain't none of that foolishness over here. So my dog started to come out here and holler at us. I appreciate it, man.
I had to come out, man. I had to come see OG, OG for the one time.
Yeah. Dog,
Besides eating weights, what the fuck you doing now?
I got a trucking business.
Okay.
I got real estate. I've been doing a couple things,
People don't know how smart he is.
Yeah.
All aside, like, you know what I'm saying? People don't know like how smart he is. Like H get on and he talking, he say funny, he do funny on Instagram. But people don't know how smart he is. Sharp. So now you talk about real estate, business, and different like that. Like as your mindset continued to grow and you start to see your career come to an end, is that something you started early? Because a lot of people always tell me to get your shit in order. Don't wait till you retire to start trying to figure out what's next. Is that something? Because I always tried to kind of preach to y'all certain things, but I never got involved in your money. But I always try to teach certain things. So is that something you started early before you retired? Is that something
I
you got
started
into
more
afterwards?
so the real estate early, little like when I was probably like the 4 or 5 last years of my career.
Okay.
I got into it. I fell in love with Miami.
Easy
Not
to do.
not hard
Easy
to
to
do.
do.
Not hard to do at all.
Easy to do.
I feel like the real estate here is amazing. And I got into the trucking business a little later on.
Okay.
And that's just the path I chose.
Okay.
And it's been working well for me. And we in the private lending space now, so.
Hey, let me borrow some. Don't be taxing me though, goddamn, don't be taxing. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, looking like that, I'm gonna make sure I'm paying.
You better pay. I'm knocking on your door all black.
He came in all black, Booker T. Hey, but you started off a college career, obviously at Marshall.
Yeah.
Donnie Jones.
DJ, shout out DJ.
One of the best.
Shout out Donnie Jones.
One of the best human beings of all time. He obviously coached us at Florida. Talk about how he made an impact
DJ
in your
took care of me
career.
at Florida. You
Man.
know what I'm talking about, DJ. We ain't gonna talk about it, but you.
No, we can talk about it.
You took care of me.
We can talk about
No,
it.
we ain't gotta talk about
We
it.
got no number
My
time.
man looked out for me.
Okay.
It was a
looked out.
situation where I
we know
did
what that
something.
means.
It was a situation where I did something I probably shouldn't have did, and DJ made sure that
I'm shocked.
I was all right.
I'm
Man,
shocked.
Me and Donnie is like family. He made you feel like family.
Yeah.
How's mama?
Yeah.
How's he always he got that. He just make you feel like you know him for 20 plus years. And I just basically fell in love with the coaching staff there. Yeah. I had offers from bigger schools like UConn and Xavier, but I fell in love with the coaching staff. They was talking about coming off back-to-back Florida championships. And he always bring me to the office and be like, Joakim, Al Horford.
Yeah.
What they used to do, he'd sit down. I go in there for 5 minutes, leave 2 hours later. I done heard so many stories about them guys. I almost went up to Al. I felt like I knew Al when I seen him. I was like, "Hey Al, Donnie Jones." I said, "Oh, what's up, man?" I feel like I know Al and Joakim, and I ended up meeting them guys later on, and those was good guys to meet. But we had sleepovers, and as a team, he'll invite the whole team and have us eat dinner at his house, and just have the whole team in the house. I'm like, this is this is just a level of love, and just he made you always feel like you was family.
The reason
DJ was always like, he was the balance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was the balance, because when Billy talked to your ass like a dog and cuss you out and you ready to pack your shit and go home, then DJ smoothed it out, make you feel a little better about the situation. Like, he always had that calming personality about him that made you want to trust him and believe that he was saying.
The reason DJ's been successful and will continue to be successful is that he's a chameleon, one.
Yes.
And two, he a gangster now.
No, he real deal now.
You talk to him and he's like,
real deal
okay,
now.
don't get
Yeah,
twisted now,
he real
DJ.
deal now.
In the
I seen him
weeds
get mad
now.
before.
Yeah, I did.
Oh.
And I have seen him get mad before. Like I said, it's that nice side where he smoothed that shit out, but then once you get him
I love that.
now,
I love that dude,
you
man.
piss him off. Like, yeah, I seen him get mad. You saw him get mad?
I seen him get a little. I seen a little crack in a little
crack
bit, but
armor?
he didn't go crazy. But he always positive, super
Yes,
positive. but
always super positive.
He got mad once. He got to start. It started coming out a little bit. Yeah, he was like, huh? What's going on? Like, you the positive guy.
what
We the
happened?
degenerates.
You only had 2 blocks instead of 10. You only had 2 blocks. Because if you go over this college career, you know what I'm saying? We talk about you got drafted second round, 33rd pick, but defensive player of the year, rookie of the year.
Yeah.
I mean, the list goes on and on of the things that you accomplished in college. Like, dog, like, people don't understand. Like, you was a monster in college. We just had Greg Oden a little while ago. We went over his college things. None of this I got in college, and I was a big man too. None of these awards I got in college, so y'all just know me. But I mean, defensive player of the year, rookie of the year, you averaged 5 blocks. You led the country in blocks as a freshman. Like, just talk about your freshman year.
You know,
and all
speaking of
that.
Greg Oden, you know, that's one of the names that always stuck out in my head, you know.
Wow.
And just because we played against Ohio University.
Yeah.
And the Ohio State head coach was the head coach. One of the assistants from Ohio State became the head coach at Ohio University.
Okay.
And I just remember this because this was a turning point in my college career. And I had like 17 points, 17 rebounds, and like 12 blocks. And it was like a 17.
Good day at the
that's
office.
crazy.
Good day at the office.
Yeah, it was like in 17. It was like in 17 minutes.
Yeah,
He used to do like
games
that.
only get like-
He used to do like that.
You know, college games is so short, and he was like, I haven't seen a big man, a 7-footer dominate like this since Greg Oden.
Yeah.
And hey, man, wherever you at, man, that plug and play, I love you forever. He plugged me into that. He did the plug and play with that, and after that, it was Pacers, Indiana, Detroit, everybody, just team after team with just waves of NBA teams just coming in. Just kept coming to the games, like the 3rd game into the season, and they was just there from till the season ended. It was crazy.
I mean, my career never went like that. I'm just saying, they ain't come see me like that.
Man,
I was just
hey.
good 6'7".
Hey, don't let him.
National championship. You
I
got
was
to
there. I was
Hey,
there.
hey,
If
don't
Mike
let him
would have stuck around a
cheat
little
on
longer, I
that.
might have
Don't
won
let
one.
him-
But I mean,
Man,
he
he had a
definitely
great-
got the bag. I can't be mad at him.
You
But
got them rings though.
yeah, But yo, what time is it? Game time. Yo, what's up, people? You know what time it is. Football is finally here, which means endless NFL games these next few months, and there's no better place to get tickets than Game Time. They make all your tickets fast and easy. Me, myself, I'm already looking forward to going to the game again. You know, checking out my Dolphins. Fans up, baby. Game Time picks filters through all the fluff. Only thing you got to worry about is incredible deals, great seats. You don't have to waste no time searching through thousands of bad tickets. Me, personally, I'm extremely impressed with how Game Time Picks selects the deals for you without having to waste any time digging around. The curation makes it easier to save more on the football games and any event you want to go to. Take all the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Just download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code OGs for $20 off your first purchase. That's code OGs for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Download Game Time today, and just remember what time I said it was. It's still game time, baby.
So you get drafted 33rd, sack, right?
Yeah.
Talk about that, like rookie. I'm always intrigued with rookie stories because everyone comes in with whether it's the first pick, second pick, fifth pick, second round, undrafted, doesn't matter. It's all new opportunities. What was it like that first time you got there in sack?
Oh man, they rolled the red carpet out for us. You know, I got drafted alongside DeMarcus Cousins.
Yeah,
you know,
that's crazy. We
both got drafted, and you know they embraced us. You know, they was coming off Tyreek Evans was coming off Rookie of the Year.
So that's a hell of a draft, by the way. You and Boog?
Yeah.
So they was coming in with some expectations, you know, and I think we had Paul Westphal, RP Paul Westphal was our head coach, you know, and he came in with all the Charles Barkley stories, and we had Coach Smart as assistant.
Smarty,
coach, you know?
shout out Smarty. Smarty, a real one.
So it was definitely a unique situation.
What did you learn? Because again, I'm intrigued because all these young kids coming in now, like understanding what guys go through. Everyone's journey is different, right? Like you took a different journey to get to your 100 ball. You know what I mean? And we like to talk about that because that's success. But it's like for all these young kids coming in now, like everyone's journey is different. So is there anything you would have changed your right away, or is it something you learned? Like what was it?
You know, I had my vet was Samuel Dallenberg.
Oh.
Sammy D.
Dallenberg.
Seton Hall.
Yeah.
And I remember Sammy just taking me to go get suits. I think he spent like $15,000 or something. Hey man, you're a good vet for that, man. I appreciate that. Sammy D, shout out to Sammy D right there.
Damn.
But just if I can go back, you know, what I learned was just it's a business, you know, and coming to the gym, putting in that extra work, you know, you basically, it became a job. It's literally all you do now.
That's right.
So you got 24 hours. It's no more school. All the other stuff is just on the back burner.
Yeah.
It's just pretty much, you got 20. I remember I was like, I got 24-hour gym access because, you know, in college, you don't have 24-hour gym access.
No doubt.
In the NBA, you can go at 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m. And they'll love it too. They want to see you there. They want to see you come in.
I tell people all the time, man, I think what people don't understand is when you get to this level, it's not a job, it's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
I mean, when you wake up in the morning, what you eat is predicated on your basketball career.
Yeah.
You know, then I hit the ground working out after I eat. That's based around your basketball career. Then going to practice, then icing, this rest that you get, you know, the decisions that you make to make sure you get the rest that you need to get. Like, it is a lifestyle. It is not a job. And I learned that from LeBron James. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, by the time we got to practice, which started at 10, LeBron was already in there from 7 o'clock.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? This is a lifestyle if you want to be great and you want to have longevity. And it is a lifestyle. So understanding that early, you was ahead of the game.
I think that was just something I had took with me, you know, and I think the networking with those guys and talking to those guys and picking their brains. I played with guys like Francisco Garcia.
Yeah, Francisco
Garcia.
And, product.
Chuck Hayes.
Yeah.
Chuck.
Yeah. So a lot of those guys, you know.
And when you leave Sacramento, you go overseas?
Yeah. So basically, my first year, I had a torn patella tendon. I tore my patella tendon in training camp. So you know, that's 13 months rehab right there.
Awful.
You know, they had sent me down. They thought it was a strain, so they sent me down to the G League, which was the D League back then, thinking that it was a strain. And I ended up meeting with the doctor, and the doctor was like, "Hey, you got a partially torn patella tendon." I kept talking about my knee was hurt. My knee was hurt. Thank God I didn't keep playing on it.
Yeah.
And I ended up having to get the surgery, which was like 13 months. So I gained like 20 pounds of muscle just lifting, working out, getting stronger.
Yeah.
Because, you know, guys on the next level I came in the NBA, I'm 220. I'm 220, 7 feet, 220. So I had to just get bigger and just keep lifting.
Running, jumping.
I came back at like 245, 250. So the next year, I'm ready. So Coach Smart became the head coach. I came in, I think I got like 3 double-doubles in a row. Against New Orleans.
Okay.
And against New Orleans, I ended up spraining my ankle, fracturing it real bad.
Man.
So tore all the ligaments in my ankle.
Yeah.
I remember just like trying my best just to get up.
Yeah.
And Carl Landry, you know Carl Landry. Carl Landry was like, "Yo, Haas, get up." And I just couldn't. I never sprained my ankle. I didn't even have tape on, bro. I wasn't taped.
You wasn't in Miami yet.
He wasn't in Miami.
We had to get your tape with us. Tape, brace, ready to go.
So I never had an ankle sprain before, and then next thing you know, I got cut. They said, "We're gonna waive you," and Aaron Brooks. I got waived for Aaron Brooks. And that's why a lot of people don't know. That's why that Chicago Bulls game, Miami Heat Chicago Bulls.
I remember
game,
that. Boy, listen.
I was at a lot of people don't realize how much I was zoning in on Aaron Brooks.
Listen, let me just, before he finished, let me just tell you that. When that Listen, and shout out to Pau Gasol and what he's done as a basketball player. That game, he Pau up. Like, that was crazy what he did out there. Like, that's when he had triple-double with blocks, and that was crazy, dog. It was, dog, I ain't never seen no like that. I done played with Shaq, and I'm not, obviously comparing, because Shaq is one of the greatest basketball players to ever play the game, if not the greatest center. I had never seen domination like that. So you had, it was some okay, see, I didn't know why you kicked their ass like that. So now the truth is coming out.
All because
that
Aaron Brooks.
Bro, listen, how many minutes did you play that game?
I think 22.
Oh my God.
Bro, the stat, pull it, make sure we get the stat sheet up when this man, pull that stat up when we show it on TV. Dog, it was ridiculous. I had never seen no like that before, and I had played around some of the greatest centers. I've been around Shaq, I've been around Zoe. And it's not to compare, him because they're Hall of Famers, you know what I'm saying? So much respect to what they've been able to do. But they couldn't do what he did. Hell no. That was crazy. That was crazy,
It was all Aaron Brooks, huh?
Man,
and it was all because of Aaron Brooks. That's it. Aaron Brooks ain't but 5.
It was like
So
one time, like, he was
you f***ed up all the big men because you was mad at the guard.
look.
You f***ed up all the big men because you was mad at the guard.
I think like 3 of them was on Aaron Brooks. Like, you remember he had the fast break?
Yeah.
And then the first 2, I think, was like on Aaron Brooks. Like, and then you remember on the fast break, I blocked the shot, and Derrick Rose brothers was looking at each other like, if you go look back at it, they go looking at each other.
He said 14 points, 13 rebounds, 12 blocks in 24 minutes.
That's crazy.
No, I remember.
Dog, the man didn't even play that much.
There's Aaron Brooks. Give me that.
Dog. You talking about?
He hit him with the Booker T.
Bro, I was tell you something. That's Jimmy right there.
Yeah.
I was like,
Hey, listen. And I'm usually, you know me, I'm usually mad I ain't playing. I ain't mad. I'm watching this. I'm like, God damn.
Nah, look, you remember you seen Creed 3?
Yeah.
So look, I went overseas. So after I got waived, I got sent overseas.
Yeah.
So I was at a point in my life, I didn't even watch NBA. I was just so mad.
Yeah.
Just so mad. I was like, so I'm just over there working out, doing push-ups, doing all this craziness over there. And when the Bulls always been my favorite team. A lot of people don't realize I had a sprained ankle the day before this. You remember, and Spo was like, Spo and White Rouse, man. Hey, can you give me two or 3 minutes? Can you give me a couple minutes?
Nah. They used to send me to do that. Hey, H, man, I know you f***ed up right now. Can you give us something now?
So look, I had a sprained ankle, I think like 2 days before this, and we was gonna play the Bulls, and I'm like, and I seen a roster. I knew Aaron Brooks was on a roster, and I'm like, okay.
We should do this more.
Extra tape me up. Extra tape it up.
Dog,
We should do this more. Watch highlight film.
Bro,
more.
that was crazy. I
fun.
watched that live. Killer, that my mind up.
So
I
let me
ain't never
ask you
seen
this:
that before.
this game right here, is this when you first got with the Heat, or is this after? Like, talk to me. Like, what part of your career are you here?
This one I knew he was gonna get $100 million.
Oh, so it's before 100 million.
Yeah.
This is like probably like my second game. I think before we played the Clippers.
Yeah, this one I knew he was gonna get 100.
Right before we played the Clippers.
Yeah, this was crazy.
So
it was crazy.
So while we're watching this, because it's fun, you got the call up to Miami Heat. The story says you're at the YMCA bumping. Was that the true? Is that true? You got the call from the YMCA?
Look.
We had Lifetime
Killing
Fitness
them
go.
all. He was doing this. I would have revoked your membership.
That's what I'm saying.
You were going to somebody daddy up like this, man.
They took it kind of out of like context a little bit because I was playing. I won a championship in China.
Yeah.
It did Lebanon, but I was going to the YMCA to stay in shape.
Yeah.
Downs why? So I'm over there lifting, running, playing pickup on the side. So that was like my training facility. The YMCA was my training facility, and it literally was kind of like that.
It was call up from the YMCA.
Killing.
But yeah, so I had a workout with the Grizzlies. This was the Grizzlies.
Yeah.
Shout out to Zebo. That's my guy.
Yeah,
right
he's the
there.
best.
Hey,
Zebo a real
Zebo
one.
and Tony Allen. Still to this day, they're my guys. You
That's what's
know,
up.
they always show love. You know, they always encourage me.
Yeah.
You know, that grit and grind.
Yeah.
You know, Tony Allen crazy, man.
Yeah.
He'd call me at 3 a.m. I'm like, I'm in the bed with my girlfriend. I'm like, man, I'm asleep. He said, man, tell her wake up, grit and grind. Let's get it. I was like, bro, what? Bro, it's 3 a.m.
Yeah.
He said, grit and grind. Like,
Great grind.
so Tony Allen, you come in there, you see him. That's who put even more the defensive mentality into me, you know, because you'll see him in there with the bands, sliding, working on his band slides and everything. But them guys that was a great group of guys, you know. And
TA used to be the funniest in
so-
America. He get a stop. He be running down first team.
Yeah,
He talking that.
So look, I was in training camp with them, and I think like me and Earl Clark was like two of the last guys to get let go. And I remember going to Miami to go work out, and I worked out with Pat Riley. Pat Riley personally came out on the court and worked me out. Hardest workout of my life. Say it again. The hardest workout of my life. Like literally.
Still to this day, the hardest workout of your life.
Still to this day. No,
Sounds about
listen,
right.
He had on a suit, hair slicked back, collar shirt. I'm in there. I'm like breathing like. I'm a blackout before. I'm literally at the point where I'm a blackout before I like stop this workout, man. And it was not skill. It was just full court dunk. To do 20 full court dunks.
Yeah.
He was like, lick your hand and touch as high as you can on the backboard.
Damn, Pat.
I guess he wanted to see like how high I could jump. I'm licking my hand, touching high as on the backboard, licking my hand. I'm getting all kind of germs from this backboard. Like, but listen, we gotta get it. So I'm like, pick and roll, dunk.
Dunk every time.
Down and back, dunk, down and back. Bro, I had to do at least, no exaggeration, 120-some dunks. Like literally, like
Pete. The one thing about Coach Riley, man, he knows talent. He just wanted to see if he could break you.
Yes, he knew the talent was there. He just wanted to see how mentally tough you were. I mean,
so Kenny Mack came out there and was like,
Kenny Mack,
man, I've been here for 20 years. I seen Pat Riley work out 4 people. he said, I'm glad you didn't break.
Listen, that would have been the end of your ass. That would have been the end of you. He would not have brought you back.
So look, I left the workout. I went down to the G League. So the Grizzlies G League team, they sent me down to their G League team. I had a really good game. I think like 30 and 20 or something. And my agent called me.
Wait a minute,
like,
30 and 20?
Yeah. We was
30.
we was having a time in the G
30
League.
and 20.
We was having a time. And my agent called me playing, welcome to Miami. And I'm like, man, why are you playing that? He was like, Miami want to sign you to a I think like a 4-year non-guarantee or something, some crazy. I think I ended up signing they was wanting 1 year, and then I ended up signing like a 2-year non-guarantee. A lot of people don't know I wasn't even on a guaranteed contract.
Wow.
A lot of the time I was on the Heat. So I was on like a 2-year non-guarantee, and I came in, I'm looking around, like looking at the banners. Like, listen,
and that game right there we just saw was 2 games later.
Yeah, that was a couple games. That was like two or 3 games later.
Listen, man. I know the man was gonna get $100 million.
I
gotta take my glasses off.
Hey,
That's crazy to watch, dog. Is that when you quoted I was trying to get my 2K ratings up?
Yeah,
That's the quote, the famous quote when he did the game afterwards.
We playing a lot of people. We playing 2K before that. I'm over there missing layups, getting dunked on.
2K on you.
So yeah, 2K is killing me.
Ronnie 2K with that.
So look, we joking around. I'm like, man, I'm not like this in real life. So the fact that I said it was literally like it just went viral.
That went viral.
100,000 followers in one day.
This man went from a 2-year non-guarantee to 14, 13, and 12 in 24 minutes, and talking to Ryan 2K
was total
about
domination.
Fix my ratings, would you?
Listen, this was total domination. You know what I'm saying? And for a guy like me who has been around for a long period of time, and you see a guy come in and you wondering like what they do and how they gonna help us, he made an impact immediately.
Man,
he made his impact immediately.
What do you think? What do you think? Because you've been on different teams now. What do you think the difference was in any other stops compared to Miami?
I hated that he went to Portland. When I seen Dame, I told Dame, you better take care of my guy. I don't know if Dame ever told you that, but I told Dame, I was like, man, H a good dude, man. He can help y'all, man. Take care of him.
Them guys is great guys, you know, over there, you know, and I built a relationship through those guys, you know, so I was excited to see them, you know, and I feel bad because, you know, during the free agent process, I was saying that I was gonna re-sign to the Heat, and they was already on the plane.
Yeah.
And I didn't know they was already on the plane, so I was like, dang, they still let me hear about it till to this day.
Wow, I didn't know that. So Portland was an option.
Yeah, Portland was an option. Yeah,
Okay.
It was Portland, Dallas. I told Mark Cuban, I was like, I'm gonna re-sign to the Heat. He was like, I don't care. I'm gonna still meet with you. And I was like, hell, I get to meet Mark Cuban. Why not?
Yeah.
And he was like, Mark Cuban was like, yo, come get on my jet.
Ooh.
Come get it. I said, man, if he get me down there, I'm stuck.
So what did you learn in Miami over besides having Coach Riley work you out in a three-piece suit?
I think with Miami is just the fact they get 1% better. The work ethic. What it takes to get there.
Yeah.
A lot of like when I start going to other teams, you see how they ran.
Yeah.
Miami they knocking on your door. Hey, you got a lift. Hey, you got this. And it was really like, I think my body fat was like 5% on the Heat. So
Your body fat.
Yeah.
Man, listen, man, that's like we was in there, tape, braces. And a lot of people don't realize the practices was harder than the game.
Yeah.
Mouthpieces in, knee pads up.
By the time we got to the game, I was like, this is a lot easier than practice.
Yeah, for sure.
Because we'll talk shit in the practice. Coach Spo over there like, yeah.
He like that.
He love that shit. So we talk shit during the game, then go play one-on-one against each other.
Yeah. Talk about the ones, bro. The iron sharpening iron. People talk about, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, listen, I tell people all the time, hey, listen, whatever you think, you ain't backing UD down, man. Hey, I don't care if you see him. Hey, I'm 310 right now, 305. UD probably 220, 220. Hey, man, you ain't backing them down. I don't care.
Post line,
What,
old school.
post line, I don't care how hard you think you're going to back them down. You're not doing it. So you did. He'll get that post line.
No, my job was to make y'all better, bro. That was my job. Every day was to make y'all better, bro. So I competed my ass off, but I knew at the end of the day it was just to make y'all better, bro.
Yeah,
so
for
that was my job.
For
you know
sure,
what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
Whether it be you be mad at me, you be mad at whatever, but my job was to make y'all better and compete every day. So.
I came in when that time Birdman was the center.
Yep.
Birdman come in.
That man was the best.
Coffee.
Yeah, the mud.
And don't run out of energy.
No, ever.
Hey, look,
Ever.
hey, whatever's in that coffee, he need to patent it.
Oh, he stole.
He need to patent it and sell it to every gym in Miami.
That dude would walk in every.
I
every
still
game.
drink that drink right now today. I got one over there right now. I had it this morning.
He over there killer.
I know
you
what
want a
that
cup of
drink
that
is.
mud?
When I walk in Starbucks and I order that, they look at me like I'm crazy. This is rocket fuel.
You want a cup of that mud, killer?
he don't run out of energy. I'm talking. When we do the conditioning test,
Yeah.
man. He need to go run a triathlon or something. I don't know what Birdman doing right now.
We need to get Birdman
What
out
you
here.
think about the conditioning test the first time when you heard about that shit? You ain't never did that shit nowhere else, right? What you thought about that shit?
No, never nowhere else. The conditioning test is real. I told him about round 3, third or fourth set. You start looking up. You start seeing God.
Man, boy, you get lightheaded in that.
Oh yeah, lightheaded.
But it's
then
all-
what about D-Wade when he put the mask? We had the mask on.
D-Wade, that was the worst idea you ever had, boy.
Hey, look, I found out. Who was it? Was it D that took the
They took the little thing off
and
and was breathing out the side. I think it was CB. Yeah, I think it was CB. That man came. You remember the mask that she used to put on to make it breathe?
mask.
Like
Yeah.
you're
I
breathing
still
in the
got I still
mountain.
got the picture. I got to see
Yeah,
the
so
picture.
it make the air thin. This want to take the conditioning test with the thin
With
air
that on?
mask. Yes.
Bro,
So now we
running
trying
it?
to. So as we run this suicides, once we get back, you trying to catch your breath. And,
Hell
and
no.
it's
So
10 times.
look, they do a great job of if you show up a month early, they'll have you run a line,
Yeah.
two
lines.
lines.
Your way up.
They'll work your way into it. So by the time the conditioning test on, D Wade was like, I got something new.
Oh God.
Let's try these masks on. We're gonna
Sound
try to
like
get
a
better than
horrible
Damn near
this.
killed
idea.
us.
And I'm just like, yo, I haven't been working out with no mask on. Like, so man, that was just
Down there lost a lung out there.
It was another level.
That
And then they got the
was-
trophies. I heard they don't do the conditioning test no more.
I mean, nah.
I heard it's not like how it was.
Well, 2 years ago, the year before I retired, we didn't do it because we went to the finals. So when you go to the finals, they don't do it. But
Oh,
I think
okay.
I think they might do
We
it
did
again.
that. We went to the finals.
I think they might. I'm just telling you, bro. I'm just telling you how it is now.
We
don't,
did.
don't shoot the messenger.
I know.
I'm just telling you how it is now. They might do it again this year because obviously they didn't go as long.
Yeah, yeah.
But then I'm sure like certain people like Bam and playing in the Olympics or something
Yeah,
like
for
that.
sure.
He might not have to run it, but I think they should get back to it because once again, that just set the tone.
It does set the
Shout
tone.
out to Bam for getting that gold medal too,
Man,
bro.
for
Shout out
sure.
Bam,
Yeah,
bro.
shout out to 13,
Shout out
man, for getting that
13.
two-time gold medal. Talk about Bam, and you can talk about obviously when he first came in because you saw the
for
growth
sure,
and
for
maturation
sure.
of Bam,
Yeah.
man.
I already know about Bam because North Carolina.
Yeah, you are
know,
from North
so-
Carolina.
So when I already seen him a couple of times, and they was comparing him to Dwight Howard, and at the time, I didn't know how skilled I didn't know what he could do.
Yeah.
So he came in, he got better. He
Yes,
got better and
he did.
better, and you know every year he was just getting better and better, and
Yes.
he was just putting in. He was working out with me in North Carolina like the first year,
Okay.
and then he started working more and more as a guard forward. So he got a lot better, man, over the years of just being able to dribble and get to his spots.
North Carolina, talk about it. That's where you from. I don't think a lot of people don't know this, but you know your father played in the NFL for a little while. Like, how was it growing up, obviously in North Carolina, and you know what I'm saying, just becoming the person that you are. You know what I'm saying. I understand that it says that your father played, but you were raised by your mother.
Yeah, I was raised by my mom.
So just talk about your childhood and growing up.
So
and
yeah, man.
did you ever play football? Or was it always basketball?
Nah, I played football. You know, and
Woo.
you know, I played football 8th through 9th, 10th. So
Okay.
I played, you know, man, but I couldn't get down with just having helmets, and I'm more of a basketball dude.
Yeah.
I always wanted to be an NBA player, you know,
Okay.
and since I was younger.
7 feet 220 is a little tough though. Play
Yeah,
football.
he can line up right now.
Now we could.
Coming off the edge.
Some
Who finna block?
Nobody.
Yeah, a lot
That's
of people
the
don't
answer.
know, like,
Nobody.
I was like an all-state wrestler.
Yeah.
really?
So yeah.
I told you, I knew I
I
pegged.
wrestled in 8th and 9th grade.
Really?
I knew I pegged you
Yeah,
with Booker
yeah.
T. I knew I pegged you with Booker T.
No, I didn't know that. So you wrestled.
Yeah. So
Really?
look, it started
He
out
said
as,
all state too.
That's
yeah,
crazy.
it started out as a joke though.
Okay.
It started out as a joke because you know back in the day, you know WWF was like
Yeah.
Sting,
Yeah.
Undertaker.
Hell yeah.
You know, so we joking around, me and my friends. We went to the stand. We went to the wrestling. Like it was like, man, this ain't wrestling. Like, and then one of my friends was like, bro, if you step out there, it's like a whole different thing. This ain't that like the wrestling on WWF.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, he bet me like $20 or something. You know, $20 in 8th grade is like,
What?
bro, what? That's like, man, that's Chinese food, everything.
You
We
doing
go to
everything.
store,
For the
Chinese
dub, you doing
Sweet
it.
and sour
You
chicken.
taking that bet for the
for about a
dub.
week.
He said that's Chinese food, whatever.
Yeah, for sure. So it started out, I tried out. I was like, man, I'm actually pretty good at this. Like, so I started wrestling. I'm like 6'3", 140, 150 pounds. So I had to just taking off. Like I had to just really just start making this like a thing. It was like win after win after win after win. And I think I lost like in a championship. And it was just like, and I think it taught me a lot about the difference between individual sports and team sports.
For sure.
I think one of the biggest things between individual sports and team sports is individual sports is harder because you're by yourself, but it's also easier because you're by yourself.
Great point.
So you're only person you can look at is you.
Yeah.
You know, it's times in a game where you can be tired or you can make a mistake, and this guy can help you, or that guy can save the play. But in individual sports where it's just you, mano a mano, if you win it, you're getting slammed on your head, and everybody's like, it's just basically like that.
Yeah.
It is what it is. It's you versus this guy. It's nobody else.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of the things that I really learned moving forward. And I just stopped because it was during the basketball season.
I never in a million years would have guessed you wrestled.
Yeah, my
Nah,
mom.
I ain't
my
see
mom-
that coming.
My mom got the trophies and stuff at home. And bring them out, and it's like a wrestling dude like this.
Okay.
I had the Kurt Angle tights.
Oh, of course you did. Of course you did. Of course you did.
With the earmuffs.
Of course you did.
With the earmuffs. I remember one time I won a match. I ripped off the you know Kurt Angle?
Yeah,
I
you
used
take
to
the
rip-
top off. and
the
just keep
Kurt
your waist around
Angle.
his waist. Yeah.
I ripped the sleeves off. I wish Instagram was a thing back there because we could have found. I would have had it on video.
Yeah, with the Kurt Angle's
I ripped
nuts.
the sleeves off, started yelling.
Talk about speaking on Instagram, we're gonna touch on that because you went viral a couple times, dog.
Yeah.
When you run around the locker room with Rich Kid, that was crazy. I think you did some shit with your fish one time. Like you had a
Hold
lot
on,
of
talk on. I want to hear that.
he had a lot of internet moments
What's the
that
stuff
went
with the
viral,
fish?
bro.
What's the stuff with the fish?
The OGs. You know, it's the OGs. I got these koi fish to just, you know, I was having different people come over, and I was basically saying they getting guidance because you know in a Japanese culture, koi fish bring good luck.
Yeah.
And I have different people come over, like D Wade came over. You know, I don't know if it's the koi fish, but D Wade's field goal percentage went up. I'm just saying.
It was the koi fish, goddammit. It was the koi fish.
Carl Anthony Towns came over one time. His 3-point percentage went up.
It's the koi fish, goddammit.
Like, that's when we was in a bubble.
Man, what the hell was that? Go back.
Look at this. That's in a bubble.
Man, I didn't see this one. What the hell is this?
What the hell?
The Mickey filter.
What the hell?
Hey, look.
What that one is?
We was real bored in the bubble, man.
Like I can tell. Give me this story here.
Oh, so look. Me and Jay Rich, we just got the hyper dunks. Them hyper dunk Kobe's.
Oh, yeah.
This is, you remember, that's that 07 hyper dunk Kobe's. We couldn't find these. I couldn't find them. We searched at East Bay, StockX. I couldn't find these shoes. So when I finally got them, me and Jay Rich was like, yo, I got the hyper dunks. They so light. We just talking about how light, because these are like old shoes. So he was like, let me see the speed one time. And I was like, let me show you the speed. We running around the locker room.
It's probably a good thing you did have Instagram when you were wrestling after seeing some of these videos.
Oh, man, this shit crazy. This shit is crazy.
Give me some
right here. What is
this?
this one, H? What the hell going on here?
Yeah, what the hell we got going?
That's just a filter, man. That's a glizzy that's turned up.
What that is, Freddie?
Yeah, that's Freddie.
That's Freddie?
Yeah.
Shout out Freddie, man. What the hell going on?
So some of your best memories in Miami, besides signing for $100 million.
Man.
We're going to get to that. But yeah, before we get to that, some of your best memories before you got to the $100 million.
Some of my best memories was, I think just coming in, you know, meeting guys like D Wade, Bosh. You know, a lot of people don't know, like, me and Bosh was playing one-on-one pretty much consistently before the blood clot thing.
Yeah.
You know, and Bosh was always the person beside me in the locker room that stayed in my ear. Cause you remember when I first got on the Heat, I was getting like suspended. I was getting in fights, and Bosh really was like one of them people that was like, hey, Haas, you worked all this time to get here. Why are you throwing it away right now? And you know, I think just meeting CB as a person, you know, and meeting CB, meeting D Wade, meeting you, meeting guys that, you know, guys we looked up. I remember D Wade when I was in 8th grade. Yeah. Watching D Wade, watching Flash. When he was Flash, now he just Dwayne Wade now. But back then we was Flash.
Yes, sir.
And just watching that, man, and just being able to meet some of them guys, you know, and being involved in being able to go back and tell that story. Yeah. You know, I think some of my favorite memories was like some of the games, like I'm trying to get my 2K rating up, just being able to tell my kids that, you know what I'm saying?
I'm doing it with blocks. Ain't nobody doing it with blocks though. That's what he said. That was another famous quote that I think went viral. It was like nobody doing triple doubles with blocks. Yeah, like people doing it with assists and rebound, but he was the only one doing it with blocks.
That's what that story though, and what I like about that story is for all young kids coming in, like how important a locker room is and how important listening is, right? Yeah. Because, you know, you come in on that, we can talk about it until we're blue in the face. You come in on a 2-year non-guaranteed deal. Yeah. You get around those guys, and it doesn't matter if you're getting fined, doing those things. If you don't fix that, $100 million never comes. No. Right? No. So for all young kids walking into a locker room, it's so important that what locker room you're walking into. That's why we, on the OG show, we talk about all the time, like the one thing the NBA's starting to come back to again a little bit more is bringing those people in the locker rooms. Because if your locker room, if you're what 10 through 15 needs to be people that can help the younger kids. I don't care. And so the fact that you listened and did that, made those changes, is why you made the 98. Because let me tell you something, that's got to be one of the highest pay bumps in NBA history, right? Like 600, 800 grand a year to making 25 million a year.
It is, bro.
And so, like, I mean, I'm glad you gave, you know, and you pay homage to those guys because it's super important. Like, everybody gets somewhere because of everybody else around them, right? And so that's important, and that's why Heat culture is always so good.
And when I was re-signing, you know, I think a lot of people overlook the CB. Yeah. You know, a lot of people forget that
he was so good.
Bosh still was on that team. Yeah. And you remember Kevin Durant came and took the meeting. And I told Rouse, I told Pat, I said, if KD come, I take less money.
Yeah.
I take less money. I mean, it was more so about winning.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
I was like, I take less money if we get, because we would have Goran, D-Wade, Kevin Durant,
Gosh.
Chris Bosh, like, and then me at the 5, it was, I think,
Yeah, you think?
Crazy.
You think?
We're gonna be
Shit.
crazy.
yeah, like I was like, hey, look, I'm here for it.
That'd have been
I mean, I was hoping for that to work out the way it did, but that was also heels of Bron just leaving, and I just didn't know if KD wanted to deal with that because everything he did was going to be compared to what Bron did while he was in Miami.
For sure.
Like everything he did in Miami was going to be compared to what Bron did when he was in Miami. They weren't going to let him live. You know what I'm saying? That just would have been a frustrating situation for KD. So I was happy he took the meeting. I was hoping it was going to work out, but in the long run, I really didn't think that was going to be the time that he came to Miami. I just didn't think so because I know how that was going to be. He was going to be ridiculed and compared to Bron about everything.
Yeah. Tough.
Bron just left, 4 straight finals, 2 rings, like everything he did, they was going to bring up Bron name.
It's tough.
And that would have been frustrating for KD. I already know how that was going to go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And then we signed a couple pieces, you know, and then we you know, a lot of people don't realize that team next year was a gritty ass team. We started off 11 and 31.
Yes.
And
Dang.
finished 31 and 11.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
You flip that around, we'd have started, you know, we ended up 41 and 41.
JJ, Dion, Tyler.
Oh.
Yeah, that shit was ugly at first.
I
We
think I
turned
was
that shit
averaging
around.
like 17 and 15 the year after I signed my deal. If we'd have been 31 and 11,
Yeah.
we talking all type of all-star,
No
all
doubt,
type of.
no doubt.
I mean,
accolades
that was
that would've
a team
fell
full.
into place.
That was a team full of have-nots. You know what I'm saying? That was a team full of have-nots. Everybody on that team had a desperate mentality.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Everybody on that team had been looked over,
Yeah.
shipped around, on,
Yeah.
told what they couldn't do, told what they wasn't gonna be,
Yeah, for
told
sure.
that this wasn't it for you. You know what I'm saying? So everybody that came to that team, Tyler Johnson,
Yeah.
James Johnson,
Yeah.
Dion Waiters, like all those guys that came to that team.
God damn
had
it,
a-
there's a bunch of people.
Oh, I love leading that team. 'cause-
Grinding out.
Oh, I love leading that team.
I
You know,
think- I
Hassan
think-
being drafted in the second
Yeah, I
round.
think-
Everybody on the team had a chip on their shoulder.
Yeah.
I think at the beginning of the season, it was like we was trying to force it, and then once we start really realizing everybody's strength, and we start figuring it out the second half of the season, because we beat the KD Golden State.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy.
Like you don't just go 31 and 11 in the NBA. I don't care.
No doubt.
Philly Cheese hit the game-winning shot. That was the one against Philly.
Yeah,
the Golden
yeah,
State.
and
Philly Cheese hit the game-winning shot. Dion with his. I know. As soon as he get it in his left hand, it's going up.
Yes,
Oh,
it
nah,
is.
As soon as he
Like,
get it in
it's
his
like-
left hand, it's going up. That was a fun ass team, bro.
Favorite city, NBA city to play in?
Favorite NBA city outside of Miami.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say the Garden or the Staples Center.
So LA or New York?
Yeah, LA and New York. LA and New York. Because I think LA was like it was my first NBA experience where I got drafted in 2010. A lot of people thought I was a rookie coming to the Heat. I was like, bro, I was drafted
Yeah.
4 or 5 years. Like, I'm 35. I was drafted like four or 5 years ago before I even signed to the Heat. So I think just seeing that, and you know, I always been a Laker fan growing up, seeing Kobe coming off the back-to-back championships. You know, I remember seeing Bynum, Pau Gasol. This
Yeah,
is what it's like.
yeah.
If you ain't got 2 7-footers,
You
you
had
have
no chance.
chance.
You
Yeah, I
had
You
no
have
remember
no
that.
chance. And I just remember vividly, like just seeing that and how they make everything, the audience dark,
Yeah.
and it's just showtime. It's all about the game.
Yeah.
So I think that was like one of my favorite, probably LA and then the New York Knicks.
Least favorite city to play in?
I'm gonna say Oklahoma, maybe. Oklahoma's probably.
Yeah, they don't even got Uber Blacks in Oklahoma. Crazy to me
I'm
that
gonna
y'all
say
sending out.
Oklahoma, man.
This is crazy to me that y'all sending out minivans to pick up everybody.
I take that back. If we just talking about the court, I'm gonna say Boston. If we just talking about Boston. Boston the least favorite.
That's music to his ears.
That's the least favorite.
Hey man,
Bro, I don't know because it's just so cold in there.
they
It's
do
just
that shit on
so
purpose.
cold.
You got to show up to the
Bro,
shoot
do you
around in the
remember-
whole
Do you remember the
sweatsuit.
time we played there and it was like negative 13 degrees and
Yeah.
this one they had Kyrie
Yes,
and it was 40 degrees inside the arena.
inside talking about this ice under the
And,
floor.
and you know,
Yeah.
Coach Spo came in when his one of his uplifting quotes was like, "They gotta play in it too. They gotta play in the same weather as us. This is we mano. We here. Like, I was like,
we in that bitch.
I'm like, bro, it's 40 degrees in here.
I'm talking about we in that bitch shaking like a Chevy. It's so cold. Cold talking about something they got to play in it too.
You can see your breath. I never been in there. I'm like, why is it so cold
Listen,
in here?
usually we have to get in our, usually when we have shoot around, we have to be in our full practice uniform. That day they let us go through shoot around in our sweatsuits.
Man, I had
That's
a
how cold it
thermal
was.
I had a thermal on under the.
Listen, nothing that happens in Boston is by accident. That's all I'm gonna say. It wasn't by accident that it was freezing in that. That's all I'm gonna say.
Hey, you really done got him going now.
Nah, you ain't getting me going. He just told the truth.
You get him going. You get him
I
going a
was
little
in
bit.
Boston. I got my retina scratched. I'm over here I'm like, look, I remember this vividly. Like I'm holding my eye, like you can't see with your retina scratched. All I heard was, stop acting like a bitch and play the game. I look up, it's a 70-year-old woman. I'm like, what the? I look up. I'm seeing red. I'm like, I look up.
You see?
I see a 70-year-old woman.
see?
I'm like, man, what the?
You see, America? It ain't just me. You see what I'm saying? This is
She
crazy.
said, stop acting like a bitch and play.
Yeah, listen.
My retina is scratched, bro. I can't see. I think Jay Crowder went up for the rebound, and somebody on the internet would find it. And I was like, man, this can't be a real place right now.
I'm just saying, my dog died when I was in Boston. That's all. Just all kind of shit happened when you in Boston. I ain't gonna say 70-year-old lady. You know what I'm saying? She cusses the man out like that. That's somebody's grandma.
I look up, it's somebody's grandma. I was about to say, I was about to get fined. I'm like, yeah, I'm about to get fined crazy.
You should have told me. I would have said something. Take your old ass to sleep.
I look over at you.
Take your old ass to sleep, like Jesus said.
I look over at you, I see 3 of you. I was like, which you need to like this, bro.
I told us like Jesus say, take your old ass to sleep. Third time you done call the police this week. Take your ass to sleep, old lady. Say, hell wrong with you.
Hey, best big man and the young big mans in the game. Who's your favorite big man right now?
Oh, my favorite big man, young big man, or just big man?
You go favorite one overall and then young.
Man, I like Jokic. Jokic is frustrating though.
Yeah.
You know, Jokic is once he start getting it going, you just so like
It's over.
it's more so the fact that like he's already like big. He's like 300 pounds. Yeah. He like a lot of people don't realize like how wide he is.
Yeah.
You know?
Strong too.
Yeah, he's strong.
And then he's hitting you like he's like and it's all like he's all slimy and sweaty. It's like your arm is just slipping off or just slipping. I'm like, so, and then he'll turn around, shoot some nonchalant like this,
Okay.
and it'll go right in. And he looking like, bro,
There's no way he practiced that. There's no way he practiced
There's
that.
no way, bro.
He does.
So, and then you got to play defense on him every single time. It's like, you know, most big men, they might get it. They might get it every 2 or 3 plays.
Yeah.
The like really post up, like Joel, a real post up big man, he might get it like 2 or 3 plays.
They run the whole through him.
Nobody's shooting anything until you touch the ball.
He run the whole
and they'll run a pin down. If you cheat if
Yeah.
you cheat around the pick, he'll pop out for a 3. If you play him too close, he's gonna roll. And your low man is a point guard. Like he's like, bro, what you want me to do? He already shoots like this. And then you get frustrated. You like, man, I'm gonna go attack him on the other side. Oh, nah, we gonna put some other defenders on you. I'm not guarding you. So you can't go right back at him. You can never go like right back at him. And then it's just like, man, you looking like, man, I'm in a weight room every day. I'm doing all this conditioning. And you just look at him and you like, bro, this is crazy.
The math ain't mathing.
Bro, he's a hell of a player, bro.
He is a hell of a player.
Shot, he made a 3 over me one time, off his right foot, shooting it. I'm like, so I just took it as like, he don't do that often. This is like when he first started doing it. And then I seen it do it to AD. AD had the same reaction I had. I said, hold on, bro, this dude be practicing this? Like, this is like
Practicing that. Let me tell you, with him and Joel Embiid, to me, obviously, we talk about this all the time. Those 2 guys are unstoppable offensively, but they just got different habits. But talk about some of your battles with Joel Embiid, because that was fun for me to watch, but it was also funny. Because you used used to go back and forth on the internet sometimes.
Yeah.
And it was playful. It was good for the
Yeah,
sport.
yeah.
It wasn't never really no disrespectful type.
Yeah,
Nobody
for
like
sure, for
trying
sure,
each other. But y'all
for
used to go
sure.
back and forth on the internet and talk a little, just have a little fun with it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
talk about those matchups and that you enjoyed those matchups and having fun with that.
Of course. You always enjoy them matchups, you know. And I wish I was a little bit. I would have met Joel a little younger. I wish it was like a little like I'd have met him like when I was even younger.
Yeah.
So we could have had more of those battles throughout the years. But I mean, I enjoyed every minute of it.
Yeah.
You know, he'll try to get you with all the swipe throughs
Yeah.
and all the swipe throughs, but it definitely make you better.
Yeah.
You know, and it was just a fun experience. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. I used to talk y'all a little on Twitter. And
Yeah,
Instagram.
for sure. He slowed down a lot on that. He slowed down a lot on that. He slowed down on a lot of that.
Yeah, good for him. But I enjoyed watching those matchups. I enjoyed watching y'all talk like that. That was fun for me.
Yeah.
That was fun for me.
On the OGs, we can do fan questions. So we got some fan questions for you.
Okay.
You good with them?
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Hey, I must say, don't DM us.
Some
talking
bum ass.
These are not our questions. These are for the fans. These are not our answers. The answers come from the guests. Don't be threatening me and Mike on our DMs. Go ahead, H.
What's your favorite locker room story?
Favorite locker room story.
Favorite locker room story.
Think about that. We'll come back to it.
Yeah. Let me think about that one.
Shane Battier's story about chastising you for laying down at a Heat practice one time. True? False?
No, I never. No,
So that's a false story?
that's false. That's
I
a
don't know
false
if I
story.
remember- I don't
Yeah,
remember
I wasn't
that.
in with Shane Battier.
I remember Shane. Yeah, I remember Shane getting on about
Well,
laying down.
what we say, don't be doing so.
No, I don't remember that.
Okay.
How do you think?
How does it feel to watch Bam become what he is for the Heat?
Man, it's great. You know, it's great. You know, I got to meet Bam's mom just to know where he came from.
Yeah.
You know, I always cheer for Bam. You know, I talked to Bam probably. We texted a couple times like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm happy for Bam.
Yeah.
I'm happy for him.
Bam's a stud.
Yeah, like,
I got a
playing good.
question. That 2016 team before CB got hurt, how you think that team would have did?
Man, we was the
Before,
third.
not hurt, but the blood clot
We was
situation.
third seed with CB. Like we was the third seed.
Man.
I think that game that would have been epic for the NBA because we had the Cavaliers.
Yeah, we was in
the
Cleveland
next
when it
round.
happened.
And this is still 24 point D-Wade. And CB gonna give you 20 easy.
Yeah. Would have been
And
fun.
that's one of them things I wish that we can go back in time and just set it up to where everything was. 'Cause I mean, we went to 7 games with the Raptors and I was
Yeah.
hurt.
Yeah,
CB wasn't there.
Yeah.
And we still went 7 games with the Raptors.
yeah.
So I think that would have been.
I remember that day.
was- that
I
was-
remember
that
that
was the
day. I
team.
remember that day in the locker room, man. When obviously, things happened with CB and the blood clot. His locker was right next to mine, and I remember that day when he obviously wasn't feeling well, and he stood up to get ready for the game, and he kind of lost his balance a little bit. And we just we thought he sometimes when you stand up too fast, you can kind of be a little dizzy. So we just thought he stood up too fast, and was a little dizzy or whatever. And then come to find out when you look back into it and everything, they did the test and ran the test, and it was the blood clots. And that blood clot ain't nothing to play with because I had those before. You know what I'm saying? That ain't nothing to play with. That kid,
Man,
Jack.
I think that 2016 was the most talent I've ever been on any team.
Yeah.
You gotta think we had ISO Joe.
Damn, he was cold too.
Bro, we had ISO Joe.
Bro.
If you wanna really like challenge yourself defensively,
Guard him.
like literally, I tell people you can't steal a ball from him in the elevator. You can be in the elevator and you're not taking a ball from him. I don't know what magic sorcery he got going over there.
Bad.
He would throw it between his legs, and some reason when you reach, like his shoulder, I don't understand like how. It's pretty crazy.
I know it is. He's
Like
a
playing
bad.
1-on-1, and then you had Lou Aldang throwing. So we had lob options from Lou, ISO Joe, D-Wade. It was just, I ain't have to. All I had just go get it. Just go get it.
That's a good feeling.
That team was incredible.
I forgot about ISO Joe.
Yeah, he was cold
Ones
blooded.
with him was crazy. Once
he
again,
came
we
up
played
with-
ones before
yeah.
practice, after practice. Ones with ISO Joe.
Dude was cold blooded.
Look,
You
I
just gotta hope
remember-
he miss.
I got a story.
Of course, we love stories here.
So look, we playing the Kings. They pressing us. Kings is beating us by like 15. I think we had like a back-to-back. We coming from LA, because you know the California one. Then you go into Sacramento. They pressing full court. D-Wade, travel. Goran go travel. So Coach Spo's like, he put Joe Johnson in the game. Bro, when I tell you Joe Johnson dribbled from one baseline to the other baseline in slow motion, Coach Spo was like, man, how did he do that? Like, I looked at Coach Spo, he's like, how did he do that? He throwing it between his legs. Like, literally, it took him like 17 minutes to go from this baseline to this baseline and laid it up. A layup. I said,
ISO had that work, dog. Cold.
He was cold-blooded,
You
though.
remember him at Arkansas?
Oh, yeah, he was cold-blooded.
Arkansas.
man.
Was y'all the same draft class? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you guys were the same.
If it was Olympics for one-on-one, my money on him for sure.
Joe Johnson was a bad boy.
Aside, though, the fact that you brought that up, when we talk about the Olympics, we got a couple guys that be playing in them big threes that could get their ass out there in that Olympics.
For sure. I got some invites from the big three. I
Really?
got a couple, yeah.
Okay.
ISO Joe hit me up about it.
Really?
Yeah. He was like, Haas, come on.
Hey, listen.
Let me know.
Let me tell you something. I ain't on the Olympic committee, but there's a couple guys in the big three that can help us.
For sure, man.
Because who won that this year? It wasn't us.
They go
Oh,
to
the 3-on-3 jump.
Yeah.
If they go to the Olympics,
I ain't on the Olympic committee, but we got a couple guys, hint, that can help us win that. You feel what I'm saying? Well, listen, and I watched that big three, and I'm seeing obviously Ace having a conversation about it. When you talk about ISO Joe, Michael Beasley, Gerald Green,
Beasley out there.
what country they gonna come from and beat them?
Man.
None.
You remember Gerald Green, bro?
Man, dog.
Bro, Gerald Green.
Gerald them on the team that won. Gerald them beat Michael Beasley in the Big Three championship.
crazy.
And Gerald still getting that off.
Gerald Green was when he was on the Heat,
Yeah.
and this guy he had never. I was like, yo, bro, why don't you ever get in a cold tub? He's like, never been in a cold tub. He was like, I don't work out on my legs. I'm like, bro, what is your vertical? He's like, I don't like to do the vertical test. So on the Heat, they had us wear the sensors.
Yeah.
To see our heart rate and all that. See how hard you working.
But it can measure your vertical too. He caught a lob. It was 49 inches.
That sounds about
I'm
right.
looking like, yo, like,
That's crazy.
and I'm talking about he'll go and bro, it's unreal how high this dude can jump. And
First
just
of all-
like naturally just.
First of all, you got to be a bad to be on the coaching staff, and then 2 weeks later you playing for the team.
You ain't lying.
Was coaching, I think, and then next thing you know, like 2 weeks later, he was on like their G League team, leading them in scoring or some shit. Like he just like, you know what, I'm just gonna get buckets out here. Like that's crazy.
You remember
It
that
fell
video?
right in.
You seen a picture where he jumped on the Heat rim and the rim was right
Yeah,
there?
it's unbelievable.
Yes. And we'll talk. Listen, let me tell you something. What people don't know about is before Gerald Green had his incident with us, that was on his way. Like remember the year that he was
it's the
having?
offense. It's the offense. He come in.
Before the year that he was having, we was bringing him off the bench. He was like a microwave for us, instant offense.
Man.
Had a little situation off the court, so derailed him a little bit.
Yeah.
But before that situation happened, that was giving us everything we needed from off the bench. And I think, and it sucks because I think back now, that would have been a situation that probably would have put him back on track if that situation would have went the way it was going.
Yeah.
Because that situation, he was very valuable for us. You know what I'm saying? And obviously off the court shit happened, man, and being a vet and an OG, that's some shit that I always look back. I always look at the situations where I wasn't there and the things that I couldn't help the way I would have liked to help because Gerald should have still had the opportunity to play in this league the way he played for us, dog.
That man was cold.
That was crazy. I mean, off the bench, instant offense, man. You talk about ones, watch Gerald Green play ones. All these guys we used to play Gerald, D-Wade, ISO Joe, so Luau, like myself, I'm just a defensive specialist when it comes to them. Like, I'm just trying to get a stop. I'm talking my shit on defense. Lock that shit up, Hall of Fame. Like, I'm just talking my shit on defense. I ain't even trying to score. These some of the best in the world at that. Like, you know what I'm saying? What I'm going to do, lay that bitch up? Like, I ain't doing that. I'm just trying to get stops, help them be better. So them shit was crazy. Them ones was crazy.
Yeah.
Last question. Favorite teammate from your time in Miami? 'Cause you named a lot of them.
Favorite teammate.
We had a good group, man.
Man, it's tough,
We had a good group.
man.
That's tough. You don't have to answer that. We had a good group.
Yeah, that's tough, man.
We had a good group.
Because you got a lot of
One thing about
guys.
when
You
you
named
come to
you named
Miami,
a ton
you
of
come
them.
in our locker room, everybody pretty much with everybody.
You ain't
dog.
lying.
You had JJ, James Johnson.
Yep.
We had Luau Dang.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great dude. Man. A lot of people don't realize how great of a dude Luau Dang
Well,
is.
Dane's a great person.
Great
And
guy.
yeah, a lot of people don't realize how good
Great
of a guy he is.
guy.
Jay Rich, D Wade, of course. UD. it's just so many
Yeah,
people.
you named a lot of them already.
Yeah, so many people that you can just go, that you can, I feel like if I had to ever go get in a fight, I'm gonna just go get UD and JJ. Man. Them guys don't like the guys that you always want to take with you.
Listen.
If you ever go out and you get some.
I made my whole life on
Remember
that.
that night I seen you in King of Diamonds?
Oh, here we go.
Remember
Here
that night I
we
seen
go.
you in King of Diamonds? I'm in the back because I always get to the back and put my
No,
back.
that was
It was
that
King
was-
of Diamonds.
That was King of
Yeah,
that was,
I remember it like it was yesterday. You was standing by the stage.
Go on.
You was in the middle by the
I
stage.
want to hear the
I'm
story.
in the back.
The only time I went there too. That's
The
Yeah,
only
your
time
only
he
time.
went. It's the only time he went. I'm standing in the
time I
back.
went, yeah.
I'm standing in the back because I always put my back to
I
the
thought
wall.
that was G5.
You know what?
It was G5.
You all right.
I never been a King
It used
of
to be.
Diamonds.
It used to be.
King of
It used to be
Diamonds was
KOD.
there.
They changed it to G5.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
they did change
G5.
it. It was King of Diamonds when I played with Gary Payton and Antoine Walker because we had championship corner.
Yeah,
I've been through the evolutions of the
Yeah,
strip
that
club.
was- that was
I've
the
been through
only
the
time-
evolutions of the club in Miami. But yeah, it was G5 when I saw you that
Yeah,
night.
it was
But same
G5.
thing like I did when it was King of Diamonds. Put my back to the wall. There nobody get behind me in the strip club. I want everything in front of me so I can see all the shit that's going on.
Hey, you was deep too, bro.
I was deep
like,
in that. I walked up. I'm in the back. I see H standing in the middle of the club. I walked over to H. I tapped him on the shoulder. I hollered at him. I said, H, what you doing here, man? I'm just out for a little bit. What I told you.
Man, you need anything, holler at me.
I said, you need anything, holler at me. And I said, it's almost 1 o'clock, H. I need you out of here. I said, it's almost 1 o'clock, H. I need you out of here. We had practice the next day. Who gives a if I show up drunk? He can't show up drunk.
I think this was like, what was that, 2015? I think
Yeah.
it was like 15, 16. It was a while ago.
Man, I'm looking at this
well.
motherfucker. I see H. I say, H, it's about 1:30, at 1 o'clock, 1:30. I said, I need you out of here. Enjoy yourself. Holler at me if you need something. I need you out of here in about an hour. About an hour, he was gone.
I ain't been back since. I'm more of a Tootsie guy. I'm more of those guys. I'm more of a cabaret,
Hey.
bougie. I'm more of a bougie club.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that at all. You got the money. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't nothing wrong with that coat.
Yeah, listen, man. Every time you step up, you like what you like.
Yeah, I'm more of that. I'm more of that.
You know me. I my money. I still like to be in the trap every now and then.
You do
just,
like to be in
just
the
to
trap.
get the feel. It's like the vibe. You know what I'm saying? Trap music, Black and Mild smoke. You know what I'm saying? Hennessy everywhere. I'm in my element.
Black and Mild. You start smelling Black and Mild, you already know. What's
Exactly.
Black and Mild wood tip wine flavor. That used to be my thing. Used to be. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, UD, before we get out of here, hit him with some OG advice, man. What we got?
Man, OG advice. I'm gonna talk about what Hassan went through. You know what I'm saying? Going in the second round, obviously things not going the way he thought, being hurt. You know what I'm saying? Ending up overseas, but when the opportunity came from the Miami Heat, he was ready. You know what I'm saying? It also can go back to the Greg Oden conversation. You know what I'm saying? Just staying in the saddle, man, and just understanding that life is not about, you know what I'm saying, how great you are in the moment or what's happening in the moment. Life is also about how well you can get up and recover. Mm-hmm. For me, that's what life has been about. You know what I'm saying? How well you can get up and recover. And the people that get up and recover, you know what I'm saying, and build that grit and build that resolve and build that resilience, those are the people that most of the time ends up being successful in some shape, form, or fashion. So let your nuts hang, America. How about that? Let your nuts hang, America.
So man, look, that's one of the things that and on my way out, you know, that's one of the things that always stuck with me. You know, I'm a real big fish lover. You know, I like fish. You know, my friends call me Big Fish. And as far as you was talking about the koi fish, no matter how much they go through, they just keep swimming.
They just keep swimming.
Keep
There it
swimming.
is. There it is.
Keep swimming, y'all.
Man, keep swimming,
appreciate
y'all. Man, we appreciate you coming in. Booker T.
Hey, appreciate you, dog. Thank you, bro. Thank you, man.
We appreciate it, man. OG's out.
Yes, sir.